Mama.
So another place where I've been is I've had an interesting doctor's appointment recently. My husband and I have decided that we want to have baby number 3. So hopefully, Lord's will, I will be mama of 3 eventually. And so I took the necessary steps I hope this is not TMI, y'all. I took the necessary steps to get off of birth control and make sure that I'm healthy so that we can start on baby number 3. Now, I have my moments. I'm not going to lie where I'm like, 2 is enough. 2 is enough. But I always wanted to have, let me stop there. Let me correct myself. When, in the beginning, I didn't want to have children. That's a long story. Maybe I'll touch on that in the after show. But as I grow to love this journey called motherhood, I decided that I wanted to try to have a daughter. I always wondered what it would be like to have a daughter. And now it's like a 50-50 chance that, Lord's will, if we get pregnant, that I will have a little girl. And I don't want to look back and if I made the decision not to try to have another child, I don't want to look back with any kind of regrets or any kind of, questions. Like, I wonder what would happen if, those types of questions. I'm trying to avoid those types of questions. So why not just try, live life, let God take control and see what would happen. But I will tell you this. When I took the steps to remove my birth control, I had an IUD. Oh, let me give you the disclaimer before I jump into that. I am home with children and children and spouse. So if I get any interruptions, don't judge me, y'all. No judgment zone, remember. Okay, so back to my story. When I went to the doctor to remove my IUD, that wasn't the reason why I was really there, but because I was there at the moment, the doctor was like, well, since I'm here, you might as well go ahead and make this happen if you want to really make this happen, if you know what I mean. And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm 37 years old. I'm not getting any younger, and I'm already in that advanced stage of motherhood, of life when it comes to motherhood as a 37-year-old. So why not just go for it? When she removed my birth control, it was like adrenaline rush. Oh my gosh, like the thoughts that went through my head was like, what did I just do? Am I sure about this? Should I turn around and say, no, I'm not ready? This is going to be amazing, but at the same time, it's scary. And that whole day, y'all, my adrenaline was just like high. And eventually when it came down, I felt it all in my body. I just kind of crashed. And I got home and I swear to you, I was in the bed like all afternoon, all evening until about 2:00 that morning. It was just crazy, the adrenaline. But I reflect a lot. I do a lot of self-reflection, and self-reflection is a good thing, but it can be a bad thing. But I self-reflect and I ask myself, why am I thinking these thoughts or having these thoughts? And I think that the reason why I'm having these thoughts is the topic of conversation for this episode. I think I'm having these thoughts of WTF, what did I just do? Because I know that the journey with my second born was not ideal. I was not in a great place as far as stress was concerned. I was very stressed out. The story that I told in the last episode and the after show about the amount of stress that I was experiencing at that time was the same time that I was in a place where I was trying to conceive. That stress led to me having issues with fertility. So the topic that I wanted to discuss today on this episode is about infertility.